Welcome to another program of SCLC Today. And we're here to let you know we appreciate all of your support. And we're here to give you some more facts in terms of the recent Roe v. Wade, in terms of repetition is the mother of skill. I have to say that because I would never stop talking about the 1965 Voter Rights Act. You know, when you have these type of concerns, when Section 4 and Section 5 was gutted from the civil rights movement of what we marched and gave our lives for in terms of the gutting of the 1965 Voter Rights Act, in eradicating the preclearance aspect of this bill. It took away the guts, like taking away your heart, your stomach, the main portion of your bodies that you need to exist as a person. And in this case, as individuals, not only with the 1965 Voter Rights Act being gutted with Section 4 and Section 5, you're talking about Roe v. Wade now, potentially being gutted or removed from pro-choice or from individuals, like the lovely setting of the individual right of a woman to make a decision legally within the ramification of the process of Roe v. Wade. There are restrictions. There are a process of things. There are processes of things that is implemented and intact and in place, where the protection of the woman's right also give protection of the fetus, also give protection of the act of birth. Regardless who I am and how much I tell you I love the Lord, that's your right to communicate and have your relationship with the Lord. Oh, that's where I want to go. An individual has a right, biblically, biblically, to have a relationship with God, and you cannot interfere with that. That's that individual right to communicate and to believe in the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, the Trinity, in that right of an individual. In this case, the woman. Out of respectability, we must respect the right of a woman to have her religious belief exemplified in her communication with God himself. Ladies and gentlemen, where are we going to draw the line? Are we going back to slavery? Are we going back to the plantation? Well, Master would tell us, what to eat, what to talk about, what to believe in, what rights you have as an individual. I'm talking about democracy is being threatened. And we're going around idly by, not paying attention. Again, repetition is the mother of skill. June the 25th, 2013. We was crying out in the wilderness. Watch it, y'all. Dr. King said, gather the facts. Get the information. Gather the information. Number one, in the kingdom philosophy are the principles of nonviolence. Get the facts. We had the facts. But many of people did not communicate the facts to you who was in position to let you know that we were going to be gutted in all our efforts and sacrifices to get the 1965 Voter Rights Act in the protection of the civil rights of others. That's what the civil rights movement was about, the 1965 Voter Rights Act. And we lost the gut of it. Like if you just come and gut me out, I'm going to die. That's what we have done. Not to frighten you, but to wake you up and let you know we have a fight. And what is the fight? The fight is when you have the silence of people in the face of evil. It's evil itself. Somebody should have spoken out and educated us. Not just you or that person, inclusive of me, but I was there on the steps. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 o'clock, oh, I'm about to cry. June the 25th, 2013, I was on the steps of the U.S. Supreme Court, along with Senator Hank Sanders, my chief of staff, DeMark Liggins was there, and none other than 5-year-olds, Senator Sanders' wife, and 40 to 50 other people. We were not on the inside, we was on the outside. And we were saying, don't gut it, don't gut it. Now they're trying to potentially take away all our rights. In case you don't know it, we're going back to state rights. We're going back to state rights. Jim Crow, where my grandmama and all of the people in the communities, my parents and my siblings, all of us, knew that the only friend we had in government was the federal government. Was the federal government. And we were taught that. Talking about the federal government and talking about the global society, let's talk about Ukraine for a minute. I've been in contact with several mayors throughout the country, and we'll be on a tour talking to various mayors in the next few days all over this country about our support for Ukraine. I have some friends. Some are still in Ukraine, some are not. But I have friends, not only in Ukraine, people that we know also in Moscow. Forget about Putin. Putin would not last with this type of mentality that he has. Let me just say, none other than the leader of Russia, I won't even call his name no more, the leader of Russia would not last forever or for too long, because violence against the human rights of others to live and to have a comfortable and a quality life is given to us by God, not for no president or no leader of no country. So what I'm saying is that we cannot sit idly by, because Mikhail Gorbachev, former president of Russia, told me, he the one knocked the wall down, y'all. Not Ronald Reagan, former President Ronald Reagan. It was the former president of Russia, President Mikhail Gorbachev. And I asked him what gave him the courage to knock that wall down. And he said it was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He didn't tell me that in Washington, D.C., in Atlanta, or nowhere in America. He told me that in his office in Moscow, Russia. Then I was invited to Berlin to the 25th commemoration of the fall of the Berlin Wall. He was sitting at one head of the table and I was at the other one. 25 countries in the middle. And he was talking about democracy. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot forget the historicity from which we have come and who have made those sacrifices. And he said in his own words to me, through his interpreter, he speaks no English, it was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. who inspired him, September the 13th, 1964, to knock down the Berlin Wall. Because I heard Dr. King say in his speech, I said, were you in the audience? President Gorbachev, former president of Russia? He said, no, I was eavesdropping. And I heard him say, because I worked for the KBG. My job was to hear everything that Dr. King was saying. And I heard him say, no man-built wall can separate God from his children. He also said, Charles, we must believe in the global community, the global village. We all live in a global village. No body or water should separate us. We are in this fight together because it's all about love. Because love is what love does. And I love you. God bless you.